Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Kevin. I'm with the Affiliate Group at EXP, and every week I shoot a video to help update you guys what's going on in the Ottawa real estate market, or help answer any questions you guys have about real estate in general, about investing, about buying or selling. And so we've been talking a lot about the shift that we're starting to see in the market. And as we start to see the shift in the market, I think one thing that we should be talking about is the return of a conditional offer. What I mean by a conditional offer is traditionally how you would buy a house is you would make an offer on a home, conditional on home inspection or financing, or if it was a condo, conditional on the status certificate review by your lawyer. In the last couple of years, the bidding wars have really taken away the conditional offers, and we're seeing people just offer to buy a house for this price on this date. And if for some reason the mortgage doesn't come through, they have to figure out how to come up with that money. Or if for some reason there's issues with the house, too bad, so sad, you've now bought the property. But as inventory is rising and buyers now have choices and they're not necessarily competing on every home, we're starting to see more conditional sales, and we're going to see a lot more go with that in the future. Now, it's important to know this as a buyer because the banks are changing the way they're doing things. The interest rates are rising, and we're starting to see now where the banks are being a lot tighter with their appraisal values. Over the last couple of years, the banks have pretty much said, okay, you bought the house for that price. There's been other homes that have sold for that. So we're starting to see them clamp down and sometimes tell the buyers, well, no, I know you bought the house for that much, but we're only appraising it for X amount. So you're going to have to come up with the difference on your own. So it's something buyers should definitely be aware of before offering on a property. But the biggest thing that we're going to see a return of, I think, is the home inspections. It's something that you should be aware about whether you're a buyer or a seller, because as a seller, you should know what to look out for a home inspection so that you don't end up selling your house to somebody conditional on home inspection only to have it end in tears and then find major issues with the property and walk away. Then your property is stuck going back on market with the stigma that it failed a home inspection that will negatively impact your next sale price. So today I'm going to go through what are the top things to look out for in a home inspection. All right, so as we shift into a more balanced market and we start to see more conditional offers, buyers are going to be concerned about, is the roof leaking? How's the plumbing? What's the electrical like? How's the foundation? So as a seller getting ready for sale, these are some things that you should look for in your house. One of the first things that a home inspector is going to look at in a home is going to be the plumbing. We're going to find out, is the plumbing defective? Is there leaking or is there clogging? You can take a look visually and see if there's leaking, but the inspector is going to turn on all the taps and gauge the pressure to see if there's clogging going on. If you hear the sound of running water, it indicates that the pipes are undersized, or if the water appears dirty when it first comes out, it might be that your pipes have rusted, which can obviously result in severe water quality issues. Number two is going to be a damp or wet basement. The inspector is going to look for a white powdery substance a few inches on the wall from the floor. They're also going to be very aware of a mildew smell, or if you feel safe storing things on the floor. They're going to look for any cracks that they see in the foundation where water could penetrate. They're also going to be very aware if it looks like you need a sub pump. Number three is going to be inadequate wiring and electrical. They're going to look for a minimum of 100 amps that's going to be clearly labeled. They're also going to want to make sure that your wiring is either copper or it's been pigtailed if it's aluminum. Number four is they're going to check your heating and cooling systems. With a furnace, they want to make sure that you've had your ducts cleaned and it's been well maintained. They're also going to check the age, and the lifespan is going to be about 15 to 25 years. So if it's older than that, they're going to especially look at the heat exchanger to make sure that it isn't rusted and emitting carbon monoxide, which can be very dangerous to your family. Number five is going to be any roofing problems. They're going to look for leaks. Now this can come from the shingles where they could be curling or coming off, or it could be coming from the gutters that are clogged. They're going to take a look and make sure that no water is penetrating your house through the roof. Number six is going to be looking for damp attic spaces. Just like the basement, the home inspector is going to be looking to see if they can find dampness in the attic. If there's any issues with the insulation or the vapor barrier, this can cause mold or mildew, and this can deteriorate your roof and other issues in the house. Number seven is going to be rotting wood. Now they're going to be taking a look at, is there any old window frames that are wood that are rotting? Is it door frames? Is it a fence? Is it a deck? Especially if it's been freshly painted, they're going to be extra cautious to make sure that the wood hasn't been rotted. Number eight is going to be any masonry work. So bricking a house can be very expensive. They're also going to be taking a look to see if any water or moisture is getting through the bricks. Number nine is going to be unsafe or overused electrical circuits. A fire hazard can occur if too much amperage is being drawn from a circuit that is intended for. They're also going to make sure that you have any GCFI outlets that are close to water installed. Number 10 is going to be adequate security features. They're gonna make sure that there's locks on all the doors and windows and any deadbolts. They're also gonna make sure that the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors are in good working order and they're not expired. And last but not least, the final one on our list, number 11, is probably the most costly. They're gonna take a look at any structural issues. Are there foundation or structural problems with the house? This could be anywhere from cracks in the foundation to issues with support beams. And so it has been very easy for a seller the last couple of years where they're putting their home on the market, getting multiple offers and people buying it firm as is. We're definitely gonna see a switch back to these things. And it's something that you should take into consideration if you're looking at selling your home soon, making sure that there is gonna be no issues that pop up in the sale. If you're looking at selling a rural property, you're also gonna have to take into account your septic and well, making sure that those are in good working order, as someone's gonna be very interested in those. All right, so those are just some of the things that home inspector is gonna look for, but the list is definitely a lot longer than that. And if you're a seller who's looking at putting their home on the market soon, and you're not too sure about your home, you can always do a pre-listing inspection, in which case an inspector will come in and point out any issues that you have in your home where you can actually address them before listing. That way, you can go to the market knowing that you're gonna have no issues with the sale of your home. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. But like always, if you have any questions, put in the comments below or shoot me a message. These videos are to help answer any questions you guys have about the market. So I wanna know what you guys wanna know about so I can make a video about it in the future. Like always, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.